Yeah. So, our education system and social engineering consider only the career and finance as a part of successful life, whereas success is a holistic endeavor which comprises seven elements, which are career, finance, relationships, physical and mental health, intellectual, passion or hobbies, and spiritual, all of which is balanced well can lead to you pinnacle of life. So today we have with us Miss Sheetal Jotwani. She is a master trainer, coach, and Innovex training and consulting.
Thank you for such a lovely introduction. Thank you, Dr. Manju, for inviting me to be a keynote speaker for such an esteemed institute, IMS Noida. Hello, everyone out there. It's pleasure to meet you all again. For some, I would have met, and for I'm sure there are a new bunch of professionals who are looking forward to uh, go ahead in the quest of success in their life. I would start the session with a quick introduction again, as introduction is also a part of repo building for me. I'm Sheetal Jotwani, a professional corporate trainer, behavioral trainer, NLP trainer, and business coach. It's been like 15 years of my association and dedication in the training and development world. In fact, I have been known for enhancing human capabilities and developing and transforming organization since last 15 years. And I started my entrepreneurial journey 6.5 years back. I hail from City of Dreams, Mumbai, and I'm here to talk something that pretty much makes the world go around. Yes, yes, the thirst for success keeps everyone moving from one milestone to another, from one destination to another, from one belief to another. Everybody wants to be successful. We always have an image of successful life in our mind, and we are willing to stake everything for the sake of success, be it health, wealth, relationships, love, you just name it. But before we storm out on the quest of success, I would like you all to ponder on these few questions. What is your definition of success? Like, how will you really know you all have become successful? What will you see? What will you hear? And what will you feel all the more? And last but not the least, what happens after that particular success? So, success, according to me, is a very personal and subjective term. Success means differently to different people. For some, success is all about being famous, and for the other, success is all about becoming rich. While for some other bunch, success is a combination of both rich and famous. For some, it can be becoming a CEO of any organization, while for others, serving in any branded organization. For some, they might find success or feel successful while they're traveling in a Mercedes Benz. And for others, it can be flying in a private jet or whooshing in a yacht. For each his own, I must say. So, our current social engineering considers career and finance only as a part of success, right? Don't our parents all the time remind us about our studies? Don't they always say, ऐसा नहीं करोगे तो अच्छा job कैसे मिलेगा? And then how will you be able to uh, earn good finances? And then how will you get a good bride or groom for yourself, right? So our current socio engineering, seed programming focuses as career and finances only as part of success. Whereas, according to me, we cannot really reap the fruits of success unless we balance all the seven elements of our life, right? Imagine you're driving one of the most expensive car, Bugatti or Rolls Royce, right? But you have no one to share that moments of happiness and joy with you. You're traveling alone. Imagine you are staying in a most lavish bungalow, right? And uh, you are suffering from a dreadful disease. How would you really enjoy all of that at the cost of health or relationship? People often forget other areas of life and focus only on one area of life. Maybe thinking about, how to mint more money, become more rich, right? That is true to some extent that money can buy everything in life, but I still feel there's a thin line between money cannot buy everything and money can buy everything. And we are just going to talk about that thin line, right? Um, well, if we consider success as a holistic endeavor, which includes health, wealth, right? Basically, the finances, relationships, social, and family, career, basically, the profession that you are doing, the profession that you are into, hobbies and passion, and intellectual and spiritual growth, right? If we consider it as a wholesome aspect, and if we try to balance all of these aspects together, right? I think we can bring about a big change in our life. We can achieve the pinnacle of our life, right? Well, I'm sure this sounds a little difficult, but I will give you a quick example. While you all are driving a car, don't you all adjust the gears and at the same time you adjust the flow of your speed? Sometimes you're fast, sometimes you're slow. At the same time, you're also taking the judgment of the crowd around you. And you also take care that your car should not bump other, or probably others should not bump you. At the same time, you're adjusting your rear views in order to, adjust your sail. In a similar way, when you can multitask all of that in a same go, you can multitask your life in a better way. It's just that you have to condition yourself in a way where you're balancing all the wheels of your life, right? And I'm sure you, as millennials, can do that, and that too quite easily. There has to be a slight awareness and seriousness about the fact. Well, how do I came to learn, the fact that success is a very holistic endeavor? This was from a book. It's a famous book, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, and which is also based on a true event. It's a story of a millionaire actually, who is sick, who is hospitalized, has everything at his disposal, but he is lonely and sad. All his life, he was just busy earning and building his empire. He terribly failed at balancing his relationship and health. He's obese and he has three massive heart attacks. He has no friends or social circle around him. He is just lying lonely on his bed and mildly regretting about not taking care of his health and relationship and taking it for granted. It took such a disaster to shake and awaken him from within. And that's what led him to the spiritual quest, which answered a lot of existential questions to him. Rather, it led him to a place which was more mindful, peaceful, and enlightening. Well, the story resonates a lot with my idea of success. While I call it a holistic success, this means in order to be successful, you first have to be aware of it. What is success for you? And then focus on all the areas and balance it, because in order to be successful, you should really have a support from your family, from your friends, from the social circle out there. You should also be in a good health, in a best of your health. You should also be enjoying some personal time, some passion, your hobbies, because that will bring back your focus to work again. You should enjoy what you love, what you're doing. You should really be in love with what you're doing. Like as a trainer, I am ready to deliver sessions at any point of time, at any time during the day, and to any bunch of professionals. I just love sharing what I have taken from my, love sharing the leave that I've taken from my life and the learnings and the certification programs, of course. Well, so it's very important that you balance all these factors. And the last but not the least, which is spiritualism, because according to me, spiritualism is a way of life. Spiritualism is different for different people. If you see Deepak Chopra's definition of spiritualism, he says that spiritualism, he speaks more about the quantum physics, And for him, spiritualism is more about inquisitiveness about the universe, right? If you look at Sadhguru and Gaur Gopal Das, they talk mainly about health and mindfulness. So spiritualism has a different aspect for everyone. For some people, they understand spiritualism as a religious affair. But for me, it's mainly a desired way of life. It's a rule of life. So let's go ahead and identify in detail what are those 7 elements leading you to harmonious success holistically. Preeti, I can share the screen, right?
Yes, ma'am, you can share.
So I call this program Life by Design, right? Why I call this program Life by Design is because first we should be aware. Unless we are aware of what success is for us, we cannot really plan for it. We cannot really walk the path. So life by design, and then in life by design, I'm going to create awareness about what are those 7 elements that will make your life a successful deed. So what's your idea of success? For some people, as I told you, success is just going ahead of somebody else. And for some people, they just want to become Elon Musk. I would rather poke you and ask you, what is it that you have been thinking often? What is it that your visuals say? What is your life's purpose? Why have you ever questioned yourself? Why on earth have you really born? And what is it that you want to do in your life? What do you really think of quite often? Because that is what is your idea of success. The true success comes when you unlock the true purpose of your life. And that will happen only when you keep questioning yourself, why am I on earth? Right? Unless you keep questioning, you will not, your subconscious mind will never present you with the answer. So true purpose, true success comes when you embrace your superpower. We all have superpowers and gifts within us, right? But how you unleash that and how you use it for upliftment of society is again the true success. When you learn to live the truest, highest and greatest form of yourself, right? Like all the successful people are doing. That is where when the success comes. You have to step out of your comfort zone. You have to be a risk taker. You have to be bold. You have to be courageous in order to live the highest, truest, and deepest and greatest form of your life, of your soul. And that's how you can only unleash your true success because finance, monetary, name, fame is just a byproduct of all these 3 factors. So there are some myths. For some people, success is, first of all, success is a very relative term. It's different for different people. Nobody can define your success. Not even your parents can say that you have to be successful in such a way. You have to define what is success for you, how is it related to you, how do you relate to it, and probably in what way you want to become a successful. Like if you ask me, for me, I want to become a global NLP trainer. I want to deliver trainings out of India also, which I have already started online, but I want to visit different places and I want to deliver my key expert area, which is neuro linguistic programming. And I want to deliver this particular tool to all the parts of India, not only India, but abroad also, in other countries also, right? So this is my purpose, right? And this is my definition of success. If I'm able to do that, I will consider myself a successful person. So all successful people are brilliant people say that. I would rather say that they just do what they want to do, what they love to do, and they are doing it at the right time and with the right space, with the right intention. Intention matters. When I say that I want to become a global NLP trainer, right? NLP is neuro linguistic programming, and it is a tool to rewire your brain for success in life. Rewiring means we are running in an autopilot mode and change that from autopilot to non-autopilot mode where we are more conscious, where we develop our higher consciousness. So NLP is a mode to rewire your brain for success. So I want to spread this tool to all the parts of universe. I want to reach different places, and my intent is to be able to help people live life in a better way, where their life is very easy, when they can do things easily, when they can achieve success easily. Why to opt for a difficult rule? So that's my perspective, that's my intent. So you have to do it with right intent, and you also have to check your direction, and the place also has to be right. Okay. Well, so Zig Ziglar has a similar opinion where he considers a successful life which balances all these seven elements put together: career, finance, spiritual, physical, intellectual, family, and social. Right. And in one of his quote, he says that what you get by reaching your destination is not as important as what you will become in your way. Right. Your becoming is something more important than the destination itself. So let's understand what about career. So few questions to ponder on. Are you really happy about your career choice or the stream that you have chosen? Or probably if you're working, if you're doing a job, are you really enjoying what you do? Does it give you satisfaction? Do you feel fulfilled? Are you enjoying what you learn or do at work? Does that give you enough money? And again, it's not just that. I mean, something that you are, while you love to do what you do, are you getting enough paid? Because pay is also something that adds to motivation. Are you able to perform? Again, are you able to perform in the stream that you have chosen? Now, let's say for an example, you are a science student. You like you like science, right? And you have chosen that stream. But are you able to perform in science? Are you able to get good marks? Or probably do you want to go about for a career which is quite related to science, right? What specifically you love about your areas of work or stream? Now, again, let's say you are a part of science stream. What specifically you like? Which subject do you like specifically in science? Biology? And in biology, what exactly? So, this era that is shaping up is a very specific era where they focus on your specific skills, your niche skills, right? So like, for example, sales is a very big window, but now in sales, there's a digital marketing. And now again, in the digital marketing, there are different heads like social media marketing, probably Google ads, and sponsored ads. So now again, which area do you really want to specialize on? So world is shaping into specialization. What specifically you love to do, what specifically you are good at, and how you can specifically serve the universe, basically address the needs. Right. So some some tips I would like to give. If you really want to identify what is your niche, what could be your niche, or what is it that you would like to take up as a profession, as a career going forward, I'm just creating an awareness, guys. This is not going to happen overnight. आज मैंने आपको ये framework दिया और कल आप लोगों को सारे answers मिल गए. This is not going to happen. You have to keep that in mind. You have to let it float in your thoughts. And slowly it will bring you closer to what you really love to do, what you are really made for, right? So this framework, you can use it for understanding and discovering your niche, your area of expert. So identify interest. What is it that you love to do, right? Now there can be a lot of things that you love to do. You can, you love to play guitar, you like to play sport, you like doing maths, you love maths as one of the subjects. Or probably when it comes to work, you like being an HR person, you like to do something which is related to people's development, right? Write down all your interests. Now this is an activity, right? Write down all your interest. Once you have written that, write all your areas of expert, right? What you are good at. Probably what you can also do is you can ask your friends, family, relatives, mentors, teachers, right? Ask them this particular question. What is it that I'm good at? Probably that can be one question. Or probably how do I add value to your life? What kind of a difference do I create in your life? You can ask these 2, 3 questions and probably ask them for an appreciative feedback, right? So when they say that probably you're always tossing around ideas, some people say that you are good at counseling, you are good at listening, just write down whatever, whatever comments they have given to you in your activity chart, right? So first, write down all your interest. Second, your areas of expert. Talk to your teachers and friends and ask them how do you add value to their life. Write all those pointers, and then welcoming to experience. What have you learned so far? So again, what has your life taught you specifically? What kind of experiences you have come across and how well you have handled them? You can write it in the experience box. And what world needs. So you have to create a combination of all these 4 elements put together, and especially the first 3, and combine it with the needs, right? What the world needs. Like I used to be a good counselor since my college days. I was a good listener. I used to listen to people. I used to understand them without having any judgments. And that's where I realized that my niche lays into counseling, coaching, and training, right? And the world needs, because if I'm able to tell them the framework of success, create awareness, they are able to achieve their goals faster. They're able to reach their destination a little more faster as compared to they continuously doing trials and errors and failings and then reaching their destination, which is not wrong, but it is just about we as trainers, we know a lot many things. We can create awareness and then probably people can reach their destination a little more early than as expected, right? So once you've identified what your niche is, which will happen slowly and slowly, you just have to keep thinking about what you're interested in, where is your expertise, what kind of exposure your life is given to you, which you have handled it well, and what does the world need. When you create a conclusion and immersion of all these 4 elements, then probably you will be able to discover what your niche is and then work towards building your craft. Once you identify, work towards mastering your craft. And then how can you set yourself apart from the crowd? How can you differentiate yourself from the crowd, right? And then identify a bunch of community, have some initiatives for them, and then probably they'll become your brand ambassadors who will speak for you, right? So identify, discover your niche. While you discover, master your niche. While you master, set yourself apart from the crowd. And while you set yourself apart from the crowd, have some initiatives in place, build a community, and probably they will become your ambassadors who will speak for you. They'll give references towards you. So how will you build your craft is, of course, diploma, degree course,